What's going on, everybody? I am BSwift, Hot 96.3, and today we want to welcome you to this special up close and personal one-on-one conversation. And today I have a young lady who is about to make a lot of noise in the industry, kicking in all kind of doors. And the dopest part about this is she's from Indianapolis, Indiana, same city as us. What's going on, buddy?
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I used to listen to this every single day, so it's just weird. It's like a full circle moment, I guess.
It's supposed to be like that, you know. Like you say, your hometown station that you listen to each and every day as you got ready for school.
I didn't know you did it here though.
Well, it's not.
Do you do it here?
This is our friendship. So we're actually in the Indiana Black Expo's Performing Arts Academy's studio right now. So this is a new facility, and we just thought it would be dope because you're an artist. This is where we're bringing a lot of the future up and coming artists out of Indianapolis, and they're gonna learn music right here in this place right here. So why not kick off this series here with Maeta?
Oh, yay!
You know what I mean? So you get to bless the building kind of like first.
I'm the first person.
Yeah. See what
that
I'm
was
saying?
not a sure, yeah.
It's a definite yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're the very first person.
Good.
All right, so let's have some conversations because you've become my friend over these last 6-7 months via Instagram. Yes. We've talked a lot. We've had conversations, but now I think it's dope because we're at a point where it's about to be about you. And you don't gotta be so humble with me.
Stop!
Because I'm just saying, you don't. But let's talk because you're a kid from Indy. You spent some time at Pike High School. Go Pike! It's my alma mater. Yes. We talked about that. Talk to me about your growing up in Indy.
Well, I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana, Lakeside Drive on like Lafayette or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know my own streets. But I grew up in Pike Township. Went to Newcastle North Public Academy for middle school, Fishback for elementary school. I went to Pike for a year. All my friends are from Pike, and that's just home to me. And I love it. And I feel like it kind of just based, like the core of who I am was from growing up in there and every experience that I had. And I think that it toughened me up. I learned a lot there, and I wouldn't want to have gone to school anywhere else other than Pike.
I say the same. I love Pike. I think the environment was amazing.
Yes.
And the teachers was cool. You know?
They were. And everybody was just very welcoming. And I had so many friends. I was shy, but like people would just talk to me. And like the teachers were cool. Everybody's very honest and like hard on you and like just tough kind of. But like it just toughens you up a little bit.
Right.
I mean, I'm super sensitive, but yeah, I don't know. I love the people at Pike.
Now, I love what you just said. You're shy and people talk to you, but being a singer, you can't really be shy because you're in front of people or, you know, you're practicing in your room with your friends. And I just want to know, at what point did you take singing like serious and you knew it was for you? At what age was this?
Probably like, so I started singing when I was 5. Everybody says that. I grew up singing in church. Music was just always around me. But I just remember when I was like 7, I used to watch Top 20 Countdown on VH1. I don't know if you remember that.
Those, yeah.
But I would get up and just every morning at like 7 a.m. and just watch music videos. And I remember Leona Lewis did Bleeding Love. And that's so random because I love her. I haven't listened to her for a long time, but I loved her so much. And I just wanted to be her so bad. And I was like, I'm going to be a star like Leona Lewis one day. And then I just started singing all the time. And I auditioned for America's Got Talent. I did American Idol at one point, did The Voice, and I just took it serious since I guess I was 7. Like I chose that I was going to be a singer then, and I never let go of that dream, never had a plan B or anything. And I don't believe in having plan Bs either, so I'm really happy that I didn't because I think it's all working out. But I guess I would say 7, even though it's really young, that's when I chose it.
But that's okay because at least you knew at that point and you brought it to your, like, I'm gonna be this. Like, there's no other options. We have to figure it out. And did you ever take choir in school? And were you in those show choirs singing and dancing?
Yes, I didn't do it till middle school or like, so in middle school we had a class, it was like an after school activity, I guess, called Recording Chorale, and it was just a bunch of kids. Do you know Mr. Keys? Have you ever met Mr. Keys before? He's from Pike Township. He was like a substitute teacher, but he did a thing called Recording Chorale where we got a bunch of students together, and he was a producer, and we all would just write songs, and then at the end of the year, we all made an album, and then performed the album at Pike High School. So I think that's kind of when I got into writing and stuff like that. I'm really grateful that I did that and that I had that and that Mr. Keys did that. But that was the only choir. I did orchestra.
Okay. So
I did like show choir for a year at Pike, but that was never like my thing.
You ain't like it?
No. But I'm not good at like being so controlled and like proper and standing still and like pronouncing my words correctly. Like I didn't like that.
Show quality
too like controlled, I think.
There's nothing wrong with that. You wanted to be your own, and I think that's dope. So shout out to Mr. Keys though, because he probably helped you find that dream and passion inside of you by having that recording corral right there.
Yeah.
Now, 7 years old, you knew it. You're running around, you're writing songs in middle school, getting ready. When did it really hit you though? Like, I have to get serious about this. If I'm gonna really say I don't have a plan B or an option C and I'm going to work this job, when did you say, you know what? Now is the time.
I started posting covers and stuff when I was around 15. I remember Justin Bieber, like I found out that he had gotten famous or whatever, or found from posting YouTube videos. So when I was 15, I started posting YouTube videos. And since then, that was my thing. I was just always singing and posting it until I was like 17 or 18. I was still doing that. And then it got really serious when I was 18. Somebody at a label found it. And that's when it became like, actually like, I was taken seriously by other people.
Right.
Because it was like a hobby to other people. Like to me, it was my life, but like to other people, it was just like, oh, she just likes to sing, you know? But then it was like, oh, this is actually serious.
Now, this label person hears this record. Do you remember exactly which cover that they heard of you?
Yes, it's on my Instagram. It's in my archive, so I can put it back on there. It was one I did. It's so embarrassing. I had a shaved head. It was just like, this person is so different from who I am now. So sometimes I'm like, it's a miracle that he saw something in me at this point, because I can't even watch it. But I was singing Get You by Daniel Caesar, just on my bedroom floor. I was like 17 or 18. I had no hair because I had shaved it all off.
So using your rebel side of yourself?
Yes, which I did at a very young age. It was kind of weird. But yeah, so that was the one. And yeah, he saw it. Yeah, that's a whole different story. Right, I don't know if you want to get into that yet, but...
We can hold that, because I do want to get into it. But, so he sees this record, and you're hearing indie. And don't get me wrong, we've had a lot of famous people come out of this place. When you look at the Babyface and Daryl Simmons, or you look at the Tierra Thomases.
Michael Jackson, technically,
Michael Jacksons,
yeah.
You know what I mean? At what point did you tell yourself, I can sit here and I can sing, and I can do these covers and get discovered, but I need to go. I need to jump on a bus, train, plane, and leave.
I think since I was 15, I just knew that Indiana, not that it wasn't for me because this is home, but it's like I'm bigger. I felt like I was bigger than this. I don't want to say anything bad about Indiana, but I just feel like I always felt like I wanted to leave or just go somewhere else or just branch out bigger than just a state, you know?
Right.
Like I want to be everywhere.
You want to be that household worldwide.
Yes. And I always would compare myself to everybody from Indiana. I love Tierra Thomas. I got to work with her before. Well, not really. Kinda. We met a few times.
Okay.
But that's amazing that she's from here. But yeah, I would say around 15. But there was nothing for me to leave. I didn't really have the opportunity. So I was just kind of waiting it out and just singing and trying to get myself out there until the opportunity finally came.
Now that's dope. Now, when you leave here and you decide, where'd you go?
LA.
You went to LA. Going to LA can be crazy. It's a big, it's a big city, very fast moving. Did you run into like obstacles?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I didn't know. I had honestly no friends. When I got there, the person that got me there, my connection or whatever, that was the only person I knew. I was staying in for like a year, which wasn't even that long ago. I was staying in Koreatown. I had no friends. My apartment, I'm very thankful to have had an apartment because I know there's a billion like homeless people in the world. Like I'm so grateful that I'm okay. But I was in a dark apartment, I had no windows, I knew nobody, I didn't have Wi-Fi, I had to walk to Starbucks to use my computer. I was like using hotspots when I wasn't. My mom had to help me pay my rent. Like it was really, really depressing for a while. But it's like that's where I wanted to be though. So it was really hard, but there is no way I was gonna come back.
And being out there, like you said, we know LA is fast. It's a high pace, it's a high cost type place. How much behind you were your parents? Because I'm sure that they had to come on back home.
Yeah.
Stay there. You know, were they there for you and encouraging this dream?
They were. I think that they were secretly scared. I know my dad was more scared than my mom was because my mom's been supporting me since I was a kid and decided I want to be a singer one day. I think that they were definitely scared. But I just wanted them to trust me, and I think they did. I think it was hard for them, and I think that they tried to hide that from me because they wanted to seem supportive. But they're definitely scared. And my dad, even to this day, is like, thank God. Like, I didn't think you're gonna make it out of that. I just saw him today, and he's like, I think he's actually a little, not surprised, but it just feels good for him to see things actually work out, because I think people were definitely scared at one point.
And as a girl dad, we care about our daughters a little different, especially when they're away from us. I mean, it's a different type of love. So he's probably worried and just happy now at this point. Like, I can breathe. I can't, but I can, you know? So I think that makes it dope. Now, in LA, everybody's dream is to be something. You know, whether you talk to the person at Starbucks and they're an inspiring actor or a musician, how did you find the right circle to get around out there? Because again, everybody wants to do something, and how could you say, you know what, this person's serious and I think I should rock with them?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think that I'm very picky about my friends. I don't really have a big circle at all. Like, if you become one of my close friends, it kind of takes a while. And I'm not really, like, I was just working. So it's like the people that I was around working with me, that's just how you became my friend. When I went there, I was 18. I couldn't go to parties or anything or clubs. So I didn't meet anybody there. I'm 21 now, but like COVID happened, so that shut everything down. So I really would just become friends with who I was around, working with, or just creatively. But yeah, I don't want to have a big circle. It takes me a while to trust people, and I think especially out there's a lot of people that you can't trust, and it's just a lot of people have other intentions.
Facts, because everybody knows somebody or can help you if you sign your life away on this dotted line.
You know, yes. So I think that you just have to trust your intuition and don't believe everything, and just let people earn your trust, you know? Yeah. Okay.
Now,
but I'm still learning that.
And nothing's wrong with that. You're gonna learn that forever. So, okay, we get to LA. You're making music. You have somebody in an office hear your talent. What was it like when you got that call? Like, yo, such and such likes you. They're listening to you.
Honestly, so that call happened. I didn't believe it. I was so over it because I've had so many like calls and meetings, and I've flown to LA so many times before that and met labels and almost got signed, but things never really worked out. So I was kind of just like, whatever. I felt like I was so used to things. I feel like I would always jinx things, or I would just overthink it to the point where it didn't work out. So I just had honestly no emotions, and I was preparing for the worst, I guess, or just no expectations.
Right.
And then, but then yeah, we had dinner at the Eagle's Nest. He flew to Indiana, met me, and then things were great from there.
No, that's dope. Now, and we'll get to talking about that label, because I'm sure people are like, they keep mentioning who. We'll get there, but before we get there, I just want to walk some roads with you, because 2019, you give us a 6-song EP.
Yes.
Do Not Disturb. Talk to me about this project.
So that was my first project I ever put out. Actually, no, it wasn't. I had some songs before then, but we're not going to talk about those. But that was the first project I ever put out that I was proud of. I started it when I moved to LA and kind of just was figuring out my circle and who I liked working with. I love it. It's like my little baby, but I think that I've grown out of that stage of who I am. And it was kind of just about my life of moving to LA, and I had nobody. And it was honestly like therapy for me, and that's all I had at one point, was just the hope that I had in those songs, you know, if that makes sense.
If you had to choose a favorite song off of that project, what would you pick?
Press Play.
Why that one?
I don't know, I just love it. It's my favorite to sing. It's fun to sing. I did it with these producers called The Orphanage, and since then we've done a lot. They have some songs on my next project that I'm about to put out. My next single.
Hold on, we're gonna talk about that.
I'll save it.
Okay, save it.
But that was my first song with them. I've grown really close to them. It was just a really fun session, and I got to do runs and stuff, because I feel like sometimes you gotta like keep it together. But I got to just, I don't know, I just love that song.
And I've noticed on your Instagram live when you decide to sing your songs, and you're asking fans like, what should I sing? SWV? Okay, let me see. You're infatuated by the runs. Like, you like, let me try to hit this run.
I love them. They're fun, and they're so hard, and there's so many singers that can do so many things that you have to really try so hard to do. Like, it's not just some simple note, and you have to like break it down. It's like a roller coaster. I don't know, they're fun.
Okay. Now, I want to stay on this project real quick, because I think the dope part, and even for those inspiring artists that's watching, in being involved in this, were you able to say, these are the select people I want to work with, or you bring me your suggestions and maybe I can work with them? Like, how involved in this were you, or was it a situation of, now I come to the studio, everything's set up, and you just ride out?
It was both. I think that I don't like to be completely in control because, one, I don't think I'm right all the time, but I think what I love about being an artist is the collaborativeness of it. Like, I love taking ideas from other people. If somebody else writes a song and I'm singing it, I love it because I feel like I'm playing a different character. Like, I don't have to write everything that I put out. But I like every song on it. I wouldn't put it out if I didn't like it. The cover, I shot that on my iPhone because we were late. So like, literally, they're like, we need a picture right now. So I was like, here's what I took on portrait mode on my phone. And somebody like just fixed some things and made it look good. But I was definitely really, really involved. I don't want to ever not be involved.
And that's dope. And I'm sure it's artists out there that think like, oh, I just had to go in the studio and do what they said. Like, nah, you get say so.
Yes, and trust yourself. That's one thing that I'm still working on. Because I think a lot of times I get so many different opinions from people that have been doing this so much longer than me. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that has to put it out and have my face on it and sing these songs for the rest of my life. So I have to like it, you know?
No, facts. Now, let's skip to 2020. People Magazine.
Yes.
They named you emerging artist, one of the emerging artists. Like, you were like number 3 on the list when I checked.
It was wild. Because some of the people that were below me I look up to, it was crazy.
Like, just to get that nod, because People Magazine is not just a little bitty magazine you find on the corner. And like you say, it's artists below you that you like, oh, I look up to them.
Yeah.
When you seen that, or even just got the text message or phone call, what was the first thing you thought?
I just remembered, like, my mom always had People Magazine growing up. Like, she would always buy one every time we went to the store. So it was just like, I honestly didn't feel anything at first. I had to think about it. Because I think sometimes I'm so used to, like, wanting to go somewhere that when the blessings are happening, it's like I'm not even focused on that because I'm focused on the next thing. So I had to really sit there and be like, Maeta, like People Magazine. I mean, it was amazing, but I think that I didn't realize how deep it went, or deep back it went, and connected to like my childhood, I guess. But it was amazing. I was really happy. My mom was like crying or whatever, posting on Instagram.
So she embarrassed you a lot. You like, yo, stop posting that.
Yes, especially my birthday this year. Oh my God. It was like an hour of just Instagram stories of all my embarrassing moments.
But it's supposed to be. You turned 21 this year. That's kind of a milestone, you know?
Yes.
So I remember my mom posting I'm like, why you still posting baby pictures?
Yes, and everybody follows her. Like, I have fan pages that follow her. I have like, some of my fan pages follow her and then use her as a way to find information about me, and then they post it, and I'm like, this shit is, oh, I'm so sorry. This stuff is getting just spread to the world. Yes.
So you gotta stop, Mom, please.
Yes. And she loves it though. She loves to torture me.
Nah, but that's dope, and that just shows you how much she really cares.
No, she does.
You to death. Now, 2020, people, but then 2020, the world kind of comes to a stop because of COVID. Do you feel like, did COVID affect you in any way, whether it was negative or positive, being able to sit down and record, put more music, or just put you in a dark space? Because you have been in the house for a whole year and we're tired of sitting at home. And I'm sure.
Yes, it was, because I still wasn't in a place where I was completely comfortable. Like, I was in LA, I was still in that apartment, and I was just like in the dark doing puzzles all day. It was horrible. And all my family's here, they with each other. So it was really hard. Recording kind of stopped, but I never stopped, but it was just like, it was just hard because everybody was so cautious, which they should have been, but it definitely was really depressing at one point. But I think it kind of stripped away all the distractions I had and kind of forced me and all my friends to just like sit with ourselves and figure out what we're going through and we need to fix about ourselves. So I think it kind of, now that it happened for a reason or it was a good thing, but I think there were benefits to it.
No,
but it was really hard though. It was really just like uncomfortable, I guess.
No, I was talking to my boss the other day, Karen, and I was like, COVID was a gift and a curse. As much as a curse of sitting in the house, I think we've been able to sit at home and learn more about ourselves, take time to appreciate certain things that, you know, that we're so used to getting up and going and things like that.
And it made relationships better too. Like, there's certain people that I'm like, thank God COVID happened, but because of COVID, I got really close with my team and certain friends and grew bonds that I don't know if would have happened if we were all busy and COVID never hit, you know?
Right.
So yeah, I think everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe. So yeah, I don't know.
A lot of writing come out due to COVID. Were you able to write a lot of records?
Yes. And there's so many, like, I'll listen to a song and remember that part of COVID. Like, there's songs that didn't make my next project that I did right when COVID started. Like, I did a billion songs during COVID. But
That's dope. Now, okay, so we're gonna get to this point because we're skipping past COVID. We're walking into 2021.
Yes.
And since you're home, I guess we can make this announcement.
Yes.
That that you're officially signed to a label.
Yes.
Maeta is signed. Would you like to tell the people who you've signed with?
I have signed with Rock Nation. I love them. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. They're like family to me. And I'm really close with them. I love working with them.
And that's dope. I mean, when you look at what's over there, it's very legendary.
Yes.
The team is legendary. Good things come out. So I think we're excited about that. And the journey is starting. You signed the deal. NCAA comes to town.
Yes.
68 teams. You get a phone call to come home. You get a phone call. Hey, we need you to perform.
Yeah.
Sing the Star Spangled Banner.
It's been the first time since COVID that I've ever like really done anything. So it's crazy.
How did that feel? Because I know not only is this the first time you've done something, but this is your first time performing at home.
Yes. It was amazing. I couldn't wait to tell my family. They were all so proud. Everybody called me afterwards saying it made them cry. I was terrified, and I think being home adds to the pressure. And you would think that I'd be more comfortable, but like I feel like I'm less nervous and I'm in front of a bunch of strangers because my parents were directly across me. Like I could see them the whole time, and they were like waving to me. Like it did not help, but it made me a lot more nervous. But it was more meaningful to be able to do this at home and make my family proud. I guess.
And that's dope because again, your first performance at home. It's for the Elite Eight. I think you did the Gonzaga game, so the best team in the nation. Inside of Lucas Oil, a stadium that holds 60, 70,000 people that you lived here when they built this stadium. How does that feel to be able to come home and perform in the biggest stadium that we have?
It was amazing. Like even during the sound check, when I looked up and saw my face on the thing, like the whatever it's called, yes, it was amazing. Like I felt like this is why I'm doing this and this is what I want to do eventually. Like I want to do things this big. It was so cool. I was so happy. And I don't know, my prom was there, so it was weird to be back there. Like backstage, I was just walking around where I had my prom, so that was really interesting. But yeah, I don't know, it looked different though, because there was like a tarp that cut the whole stadium in half. So it didn't really feel like Lucas Oil, but it was amazing.
Now, talk to me, because you got music. You got the record with Buddy that's out. You just released Toxic that's making a lot of noise. And we're getting ready for a second EP.
Yes.
Talk to me about this second EP.
Well, I started this EP, it's called Habits. It's out April 16th. I started it 2 years ago, and it kind of just takes you through a toxic situation that I was in, or just any toxic relationship. That's kind of the core of it. I think that it just takes you through every aspect of a toxic relationship. So there's songs about like me being nasty. There's songs about how much I love this person, how angry I am, like everything. And yeah, it's 2 years old. I told you I got kicked out of Las Vegas. That's the day I started. Yeah.
So is that why we got the lead single, Toxic, because you want people to understand the core of what's coming and on the way?
Yes. Because toxic is just like, that's the key word. Yeah. It starts out with Teen Scene, which is about me leaving Indiana. So that it kind of just tells the story of my life since I left Indiana, I guess.
Okay.
So it starts out with Teen Scene. That's just about being a teenager and all the times here when I had all my friends and we were all in the same place and we would just go to Target and be stupid every day. Because that's like all you can do in Indiana is go to Target. But so it starts off with that and then it just takes you through my journey. Now,
this project's not out. So I'm sure by the time people get this, project will probably be there.
Yes.
If you had to pick a song that you tell people is a must listen to off of this, or even just not even a must listen to, your favorite one to record, your favorite one to sing, which one would you pick?
Okay, I'm gonna say 2 songs.
Okay, I'll give you 2.
One, probably right now my favorite is the next song that's gonna come out. Well, I think it comes out the same day. I don't know. It's called Bitch Don't Be Mad.
Okay.
I really challenged myself vocally on this song. I did it with the producers that I told you did press play. I just love that song. it's just amazing. It's about kind of when the tables turn and somebody that you were so pressed over is pressed over you and you don't care anymore. So I love the empowerment of it. I just love that song. And then there's one called Gift where I just pour my heart into it. That's the love song about how much I love the person. Like, do I don't know, but I love that song because I just was in the studio. I think I made the songwriter cry, or I was crying, somebody was crying because I was just singing my heart out. At the end I do a bunch of ad-libs and like all the crazy stuff. It's just an emotional song.
So that one's gonna be the real personal.
Yes, probably, because I don't think it's gonna be the favorite one out of all of them or the most popular one, but that's the one that I listen to and it just makes me feel things.
Well, that's the one I'm going to listen to first. Okay, I'm going to skip all the way through and find that song. And like, you know what? She said she cried on this. Yes. I want to see if I'm going to cry. So let's listen together. No, no. I can't cry. Boys don't cry.
Yes, they do.
No, we don't.
Real men cry.
And every woman is probably like, yeah, sister. Listen, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take your word. But listen, I appreciate you because I know you've been here for a few days.
Yes.
For you to take some time to come kick it with the station you grew up with, to make your announcement to sign in the Rock Nation. I think is amazing. And we're excited to see this journey.
I'm excited.
I can't wait to look at this in a year and be like, yo, she was hanging out with me a year ago.
Aww.
Now she's on tour in Europe and across the world.
That's my dream.
It's going to happen.
Thank you.
I think we're going to be okay. We're going to make this happen. But no, we appreciate you for taking some time out. And I know we're in the Indiana Black Expo Performing Arts Academy and we have some of the youth here with us. Who are some of your favorite singers?
Okay, the first person that comes to mind, everybody makes fun of me and says that I should be her A&R because I talk about her so much. Her name is Yeva. Do you know Yeva?
We talked about that before. I've listened to a couple records.
Really?
Yeah.
She just has like the runs. She's like one of the best singers in the world. Like if you go through her Instagram, there's so many runs on there that I cannot do. So I've learned a lot from her. Right now, Jasmine Sullivan, always Jasmine Sullivan. Love her so much. And of course, Beyonce. I just have to throw that in there.
Of course, you're Rock Nation. You're supposed to.
Yes, Beyonce. Of course.
If you had to pick 3 songs as your favorite songs of all time.
Oh, God.
Come on, give them to me. Don't do that.
Okay, the first one I can think of. Okay, by the way, I'm not saying I don't love these songs, but I'll probably think of a better answer when I leave. I'm going to say the first things that come to mind right now. One would be like something by John Mayer. I grew up listening to him. So like, I mean, I'm just gonna say Gravity. I feel like it's something different, but Gravity by John Mayer. Oh my gosh. 1+1 by Beyonce.
It's a great one.
I love that song. I used to sing that for every single audition and they would literally like specifically say, do not sing 1+1 because that was like the only song I sang. So 1+1 and then, what's the third one? What's like an old one that I like?
Give me the SWV record, come on.
Weak? Yeah. Oh, I actually love that song. I sing that song all the time.
You sing it all the time on Instagram when you're on live.
People always ask for that song. Yeah, thank you. Because I was not thinking of anything.
See, we friends, I got you.
Okay, thank
you. Talk to me about TV, because you said you did American Idol, you tried out for The Voice and other things. Was that nerve-wracking?
Yes, and I don't think it's my vibe. I don't think TV shows, I think God was just making me not fail, but like, he was like, this is not your thing, stop trying. Because I did American Idol, America's Got Talent, The Voice. I actually made it to the show of The Voice, but I didn't get a chair turn. And they didn't air my audition, thank God. I probably would have been so mad if that was out there somewhere. Yeah, it's really hard and it's kind of just weird. Like everything's so, like when you watch it, you think that everything's so real, but then when you go through it, everything is planned out. The song I sang, what I wore, my like story. And I'm just a very free spirit. I don't like things that are controlled like that. So I don't think that's my vibe, to be honest.
Oh, and you said your audition, they didn't play it yet.
Yet. You think they will? But they didn't air it.
That's fine. That don't mean it ain't in the vault. You don't think Grammy nominated Maeta, hey, she was on The Voice, guys. We never showed you. You don't think that's gonna pop up?
Maybe. Now you unlocked a whole new fear. I'm gonna be thinking about this every night.
Why?
Cause I was so nervous. I was shaking and like I was swallowing. And I don't even know if I should expose something. Well, can you cut things out of this or no?
We're not even gonna tell.
Never mind. I should never even said that. But it was hard. I couldn't hear myself. I was going like this the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, so you needed to cut my headphones up.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was a good experience though. I made good friends from that show. I learned a lot. Thank God I didn't make it because I don't think I'd be where I am now, and I wouldn't know the people that I know. I probably wouldn't even be here right now. So I'm very grateful that I didn't make it, but I think that's another thing you have to just remember is that everything happens for a reason and it's gonna work out. Because I was really disappointed about that. But now I'm so glad it didn't work out. So,
yeah, and we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that video footage never pops up.
Yes, please.
Hopefully they don't see this and be like, ooh.
You should never said that because now you gave them an idea.
If it happens, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I owe you dinner.
Then you have to like post an embarrassing video of you or something.
See, good thing about that, No, yeah, I do have an embarrassing video. I had to look at my video guy like he has one of me from Halloween. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're not going to talk about that because I don't want my video to pop up now. So we'll leave that alone. But listen, I appreciate you for taking some time. I'm excited. I can't wait till the EP drops.
Me too. I'm excited too.
You have to call me when the EP drops.
Okay.
We have to do this on the radio.
We can do an Instagram live together or something.
I'm with that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm serious.
Okay, I'm serious too.
All right. We friends on Instagram, so I can send you requests. I'm always on there writing messages. Like, hey.
I don't even see. Do you watch my lives that often?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I was just on the other day. You was talking to people.
Was that in the hotel?
Yes.
Did you hear me actually call the Final Four the Fantastic Four?
I did. I definitely did. Yeah. And then I watched. You was actually just got done with sound check. You was shaking and you was nervous.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's still on there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought you was going to take that off. He's like, I think I'm going to take this off because I'm nervous, guys.
No, maybe I should take it off. I forgot it was on there.
No, why you didn't want to do that?
But it's on my IGTV, so it's not like on the feed.
Yeah, like
you have to like search for it, but it's still there.
Yeah, leave it alone. People like that stuff.
Okay, good.
They need to see the natural side of you.
Yeah.
That they don't already see 90% of the time.
Yeah.
No, this is my buddy, and I'm excited again. 1, because you went to my high school. 2, you're from the city. 3, we've been building a relationship for the last few months, and just to see the process you've gone through, and to see the work you've done, I'm excited for what's to come.
Thank you.
So, I just want to say thank you for coming and hang out with us.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys. I love 96.3 forever. So the best Indiana radio station.
When COVID's over, you got to come back. We got to do a show or something.
I would love to. You guys have like parties and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. I remember the like flyers.
Don't worry.
And all the radio ads.
Don't worry, you're gonna be a part of something. Soon as COVID's gone and they say, hey, you can go back outside with no worries, we're calling.
Okay. I would love to.
Jason, you got it? All right, my daughter. 30th. And we about to have a birthday, so
really? Yes. Whose birthday?
The radio stations.
Oh, I thought it was like your birthday.
My birthday's May 28th. If
so
I do
you're
something,
Taurus?
No.
Are you a Gemini?
That. Yes. Don't make that face. We're the best. And I heard and 2 of them in the crowd. Don't do that. We're the best.
I think Pisces are the best.
All right.
He's a Pisces. Oh, you're a Pisces too?
See, y'all all right.
Pisces are the best.
Y'all okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. Anyway, we're going to end this interview now because she's just down talking Geminis and I don't like that. So, no, thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll do this again. Next time we do this, you're going to be Grammy nominated. We're going to speak that to
manifesting it.
Come on, we're manifesting it now. We're getting big awards in 2021, 2022.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And we thank y'all for tuning in for the 101.